We're gonna get started.
But I do.
No, yeah, no.
So like they're kind of your team, but you're mad.
Yeah.
You're like temporary.
Okay.
Right.
We're gonna get started, everybody. Like, call the finance committee meeting to order. Hello, everyone. I'm gonna get started with, resolution number 1.
Move it, second.
Motion in a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Resolution number 2, abortion, authorization. Move it to abolish one. We have a motion.
Second.
Motion in a second, all in favor?
Aye.
This saves us money. Carried. Resolution number 3, authorization for the Department of Human
Move it.
Services. Second. Motion in a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Resolution number 4, authorization for the Department of Human Services to contract
Move
with
it.
Joanna Rusk. So we have a motion in a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Resolution number 5, authorization for the Department of Human Services.
Second.
Motion in a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Public Safety, resolution number 6, authorization to amend
Move it.
resolution number,
Second.
motion in a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Resolution number 7, effective 11/1/25.
Second.
Motion in a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Resolution number 8, authorization to amend the 2025 budget due to receiving insurance recovery
Move it.
funds.
Second.
Motion in a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Resolution number 9, authorization for a 2025 budget amendment. Sheriff Office received money in the amount of 10,000.
Did I do? Hold on.
Is it wrong? 10? Says
I think
10
you
on
just-
it.
It's 10. Well, I'm
Oh, I
on,
missed
actually 9 right now.
Sorry.
Can we just do 9?
I'm on
Listen,
9.
I was under anesthesia. Who knows where? Number 9's missing.
Oh, yeah. What is number 9? You want us to read it?
Excuse me? I got it. I got
You
it
have it.
partially here.
Go ahead.
Authorization for a 2025 budget amendment. Sheriff Office received money in the amount of $10,535.75 from part of a criminal case from the District Attorney's Office. We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
That's the stats rule if they're adding money.
Yeah. 10.
Jimmy, on 10, I brought it up to the deputy sheriff was here in regards to
Yeah.
trying to figure out a way that if, we have some guarantees.
Right.
Send it in the school and.
Did
Lot of
we,
them bounce.
how far do we have to get
Can
on
I,
that?
Michael, can you address that?
What's that?
The legislation about, people can't, you can't.
Yes, that is before the governor for her to sign. They
Oh.
actually want to enact a law that you no longer as an employer are allowed to do that.
Do,
That you can no longer hold someone
Require
to a
them to.
job based on, require them to stay based on some sort of economic ability or benefit that you have supplied.
what
to them.
about, not so much requiring them to stay, but then
Pay it back.
reimbursing the county for 50% of it, or
Yeah.
can't do either one?
I don't know about that as part of the law. The only part that's come to me and that I've read was just to ensure we were having a conversation about this the other day, and I just researched to see whether it had gone through, and it had not yet, but it's ready to go to the governor's office for her to sign. It just talked in reference to the fact that no more could you as an employer say to someone, listen, we'll do your CDL license, or we'll do anything like that, and that you have to stay 3 years, 1 year, whatever, in order to do
Yeah,
that.
because even locally, some businesses are doing that.
Yeah.
But I
I
think,
think it in our town.
right, I think,
Well, again, my
Rob
concern
is
was more
bringing
about
up
the money.
the money
That-
part of it.
But that's what you, yeah,
You're saying, Jim, that you can't do
I
that
read
either?
the law quickly, but you can't.
okay.
That's passed the legislature, which is in front of the governor.
It hasn't passed yet.
Yep, she's the last piece to it.
So up until now, we were actually allowed to do something.
We were, and now it's rather ironic because the state offers benefits like that.
Hmm.
They offer the Excelsior Scholarship, where that if you accept
Right.
money, you have to stay in the state living for 7
Yes,
years.
yeah.
And they're offering a program to our current mental health workers where you can get
And
a
lawyers,
certain number
too.
of reimbursement. You can get a certain
Yeah.
number of
I mean, it's really,
reimbursement.
why,
and you
why
will
would,
stay in the
why
state.
would that be a good law to pass?
If you can figure that out, you could be in the Senate.
Comment on it.
All right.
It's my
I
understanding.
mean, we've been
that
talking
they're
about
looking
this for
that
years
to
and
not
we've never, but
Michael, could you, consult with the governor?
I'll make some calls here.
Or if there's another way that we can do a little something to tie it up without being illegal, you know.
Yeah, I appreciate Jim reading through the 97 pages at the time. So that's-
So I just have
I
one
did
more
a
quick,
quick skim so that I could answer the question.
I just have one more quick question on this, maybe you can't even answer it. It's $12,000 per Is it $12,000 per person?
No,
No, that's all.
they sent, 2 people.
So it's 6,000 per person.
Yeah.
Are we allowed to make those recruits pay for some of the equipment upfront instead of us paying for all of it? Is that another way to do it?
Probably have a union issue that way. I think part of the union agreement does say we supply them with certain things on.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, but don't they have to pay them for their own guns and all that kind of stuff? No?
And I think theoretically you could say you paid for it, and if you're here for 3 years, we'll pay you back. But then you would never, people probably wouldn't have the money up front.
Right.
All the only people who would do it is people who have the money up
They're
front.
having a recruitment problem as it is.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, I don't have no problems paying for it, but
Yeah.
you'd like to
I
see.
mean, I like that idea.
But right, yeah, I don't know how to.
Not go through our academy, then go to the state police,
Yeah.
or go to another county.
Yeah.
I would think that the school board is looking at our practices for a number of things. You know, certainly as the chairman had mentioned, his town, they do CDLs that offer to people to come on. And if you go back to school, if they pay for you to go back to school, that you can't leave a certain amount of time where you have to pay back the money.
Right.
So I would think that the county would want to sit down and take a look at what type of practices it currently has, if this law has passed, and what that could.
Yeah, I think it's worth looking.
Probably not a bad idea.
A 0% interest loan. I don't know, like when I bought my home, I got a loan through what was Penn Housing Resources. That was like, if you stay in your home 15 years, which I've done, like, you don't have to pay like this $20,000 back. But if you leave after 5 years, you have to pay the whole thing back.
Yeah.
So, right, like up front, it was nothing for me. So I don't know if that's applicable to something like this.
I think something we should look into.
Yeah.
That makes a lot more sense. 'Cause
Okay.
All right, so we don't have.
So
a motion.
we're on resolution number 10.
Yeah.
We have a motion. Second?
Second.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution number 11, authorization for the chairman of the board of supervisors to authorize a proclamation in recognition of Sheriff Scott. We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Carried. Resolution number 12, authorization for the chairman of the board of supervisors to sign a maintenance agreement between Hudson Valley Office Equipment.
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Carried. Resolution number 13, authorization to accept the resignations of the following
Move it.
hazmat
Second.
crew members. Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Carried. Resolution number 14, authorization to accept a $10,000 grant.
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Carried. Resolution number 15, authorization to accept a donation of $500. Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Carried. Resolution number 16, authorization for 911 to transfer 1,000 from various accounts to cover shortfall in the utility electric account.
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Okay, county government, resolution number 17, authorization to adopt a mail use policy for employees and contractors. We have a motion.
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Mail use policy.
We have instances of people either sending or accepting packages here who got lost and then want county employees to search for them.
Got it. Okay.
Think-
Yes, thank you.
Did we get the vote? Motion.
Yes.
All in favor?
So what is the policy that can't?
Can't send or receive any personal
Okay.
item.
Okay. So number 18, tax agency service, tax service agency, annual salary scale 71,000 to 76,000.
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Resolution number 19, authorization for the real property tax service agency to enter into an agreement with the town of Millville.
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Resolution number 20, authorization to modify the Columbia County Uniform Payroll Policies and Procedures.
Second.
Motion and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Resolution number 21, authorization to sell one parcel improved land in the town of Green.
Second.
Motion and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Public Works, authorization to fill one vacant budgeted
Move it.
position of
Second.
administrator. Motion and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Carried. Resolution number 23, authorization to fill one vacant budgeted position of motor equipment. operator.
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Resolution number 24, authorization to fill one vacant.
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Resolution number 25, authorization to abolish one vacant budgeted position of MEO 11 at the grade 2025, grade
Move it.
13A base
Second.
salary. Motion is second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Resolution number 26, authorization to create and fill 6 seasonal labor
Move it.
positions.
Second.
Motion is second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Resolution number 27, authorization to fill 1 auto mechanic position.
Move it. Second.
Motion is second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Resolution number 28, authorization to purchase 1 2025 Volvo.
Move it.
Second. Motion is second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Is that, did you get
That's
an
to replace
extended
the one that
warranty?
burned up on the boat last year
That's what I
or
thought.
earlier this year,
Yeah.
rather, yeah.
Okay.
They're just switching. We had ordered it was a case, wasn't it? We'd ordered and it was being shipped and it burned up on a boat. And so then they couldn't replace it, so they replaced it with this piece of equipment.
Did we get an
Different brand.
extended warranty?
Same price, but it's,
Was an extended warranty on this one, do you remember?
you know, I think so. It was
They wanna
last
look
year
into
we
it.
ordered that thing, but I thought we talked about that. Yeah.
That's a big machine, isn't it?
It is, but what? Do a bird up on a boat, but so they send us this one?
Well, the dealer has this one, you
Was the
know,
other one a wheeled excavator?
yes.
Track. I thought it was a track excavator.
It was a different name, but
It was a different name, but I thought this was
Thought it was a
similar
case
piece of
the other
equipment. It was a case before.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, these Volvos are good though.
I was gonna say.
Well, yeah, Wendy had sent the driver out to try it, you know, the operator up there to try it, and, they felt that it was pretty beefy
It would-
piece of equipment.
it would work
and,
what
You
they
know,
had to do,
they would
yeah.
do what they wanted to
Yeah,
do.
no.
If you remember, there was issues with the strength of the boom because they're using it to
Yeah.
pack in there all the time,
Yeah.
and
Right.
they couldn't get a tall enough one because it won't fit in there, right? So, they felt this piece of equipment and they're selling it to us at the same price as the other contract was. So
Okay.
The
we're
only
just
thing,
changing the wording of the contract.
the only thing I would recommend on that one, if the new one comes in, if they want to put gusset plates on it before it gets to work, that might be a smart move.
They thought
That's where the
they thought
problem.
this already had gusset plates
Does
in
it?
it or
Okay.
something. You know, talked to Wendy about it, but she went and looked at it and they were gonna have, the case was gonna have
They were
gusset
gonna have,
plates
they were
welded.
gonna build up.
That's my thoughts.
But-
Manufacturers reinforcing
Yes.
that original one.
That's right.
I don't want to hope that they.
Broken in a year or two.
I think they said this already had reinforcement.
Okay.
So,
This is this machine?
Cause that's
Yeah,
beat,
the Volvo.
boy, they're in there all day.
Oh, yeah, pounded.
Okay, resolution number 29, authorization to purchase and install an aerator, mixer, and grease treatment equipment from Hydro.
Second.
Pneumatic. Motion and a second, all in favor?
I,
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Resolution number 30, authorization for the chairman of the Columbia County Board of Supervisors. We have a
Second.
motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. How much they're paying percentage of this?
yeah, 95%.
75, that's what I thought. Yeah. Well, resolution, same with 31, right? They're paying.
Yeah.
Resolution number 31, authorization for the chairman of Columbia County Board of
Move it.
Supervisors. We have a motion and a second, all in favor?
I,
Opposed? Carried. Resolution number 32, authorization for the chairman of the Columbia Board of Supervisors to execute a revised agreement and contract with Linkwell for installation of 2 EV chargers at the courthouse, not to exceed 19,000.
Move it.
second.
Motion in a second. Didn't we already, we authorized this once before? Or is this?
So we did, but there was a change order because the wiring came from the building to the things rather than a new service. But Ray seemed to negotiate this out where, I started as paying for the extra cost, you know,
Okay.
involved in it. So,
Okay.
and it made the neighbors happy out there at the courthouse. So
Okay.
God bless Ray, you know.
So we have a motion in a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Resolution number 33, authorization to renew the Spartan Chemical Dispenser rental and cleaning supplies agreement.
Move it.
Second. Motion in a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Carried. Resolution number 34, authorization to seal and stripe parking
Move it.
lots at
Second.
25 of DSS. We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Resolution number 35, authorization to auction a surplus snow blower attachment.
Move it. Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. The Director of Department of Solid Waste is seeking authorization to declare Solid Waste Unit 42L1621F loader, surplus equipment and sell at auction.
Move it.
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number 37, the Solid Waste Department is seeking authorization to renew one current lease agreement with Repeat Business Systems.
Move it.
Second.
Motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Resolution number 38, the Solid Waste Department is seeking authorization to enter into a new lease agreement with Repeat Business Systems for one IMC 3510 RS, which will replace the current unit located in the administration office.
You got the wrong resolution up there that he's reading.
So there's two different Ricos in a
Did
row.
we miss 38?
Well, I'm on 38 right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But it's basically just a different copy.
Yeah, I think you just don't have
You don't have
38.
38.
Yeah.
We don't have 38?
I did
Not
this-
on the screen, that's all.
I did it for home.
See it going to 39 and
It's just a copy.
Just a copy. I'll-
Yeah.
Just a copy of, they're just switching that. Yeah. So we have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Resolution number 39. The Director of Solid Waste is requesting authorization to amend resolution number 992025. This amendment seeks to change the authorized purchase of one mini excavator from Monroe Tractor to Tracy Road. We have a motion,
Second.
motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Okay, we're gonna move on to finance. Resolution number 40. Authorization to renew a contract with Granicus for short-term rental identification, compliance monitoring, and tax collection.
I'll move it.
We have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Resolution number 41, authorization to award the bid for non-food paper products.
Move it. Second.
Motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Before I move on to resolution number 42, I was going to ask Michael, did you want to discuss anything on it? This was authorization to contract with CDPHB to provide Columbia County with a provider network.
I just made myself available in case any of you had any questions.
Okay.
It's totally up to you if you want me to join the table and answer any
Yeah,
questions.
why don't you,
More than happy to.
So the two resolutions there was one underneath it, that's authorization to contract with CDPHB to provide Columbia County with a provider network for pharmacy benefits manager.
Okay,
you want to just do the
Overview.
process
just a
quickly?
general
Yeah.
overview, absolutely. So back in May, we had an RFP, had a resolution in May to do. Yeah, I'm sorry. I was getting nervous talking to you guys. I don't know why. All right. So in May, it was for our administrative services only, which are the people who oversee our health insurance, and the PBM, which is our pharmacy benefit manager, which is our prescriptions. So we sent out two separate RFPs. Thank you again to Marissa's office. For the ASO, we had 4 vendors, 3 finalists, 1 did not meet the deadline. For our pharmacy, we had 7 vendors, 1 ended up not meeting the deadline, 1 withdrew. So the committee then decided to meet with 3 finalists from each one of those. From initial review, there was 1 vendor that stood out that seemed was going to be cost savings. But unfortunately, once that ASO vendor was put with all of the PBMs that had passed, the savings was completely reduced. So unfortunately, CDPHP is not a standalone PBM. It only has 1 customer statewide that it is not grouped in with as an ASO. So the committee did not necessarily feel that CDPHP could be considered as a standalone for pharmacy. With the pharmacy, we received savings that they reflected could be potential county savings. The problem was that the ones that were portrayed, they're not actually attainable by our current union contracts. And as a result of that, Labor Council came into executive session, met with our health insurance committee, and discussed in executive session the county's upcoming proposals, which of course I can't talk about because we're not in executive session, but as well as steps and methods that the county is going to seek in order to attempt to battle the consistently rising health insurance and prescription costs for the county, but certainly recognizing that it's not just about savings for the county, we want savings for our employees as well. So as a result of that, it was a unanimous decision from all of the members that they felt that it was in our best interest to stay with CDPHP, both as our ASO provider and as our current PBM provider, because remember, we switched from MVP to CDPHP at a substantial savings when we did that. And that to be able to look at that and to see whether or not We have the requirements that are there with our reserve as self-insured. The repricing may have been good, but the repricing are claims in the past. We have no idea to know what our claims are going to be in the future. All you need is one really horrific hospitalization or a premature birth of a child. I mean, these are really expensive things that go on our insurance, and there's no way for us to know potentially what that could mean. So, yeah, so the general gist of it was a unanimous decision that they felt it was the best interest for all of the employees of Columbia County that take part in our insurance, that we stay with the vendors that we know.
And you don't have to switch everybody. How's that?
Well, I gotta tell you,
That's a big.
Oh, I know it is.
I recused myself from that part of the conversation because I didn't want to have anybody think that that's, was about that. Lori Hall said,
No, I
"Will do
respect that, but,
anything she needs to do." I hope you guys know that.
Yeah.
But really what it comes down to is, like I said, I feel
But I
that,
recognize that that's,
Yeah.
like you said in the beginning, if you had a substantial savings,
Then it would be worth it.
it's
Otherwise,
worth it, but.
so
Yeah.
we still have Wegmans for,
yeah, so Wegmans took over as their mail order and
Right.
that's kind of an unfortunate part, but it's actually part of the business.
Right.
These companies go out for RFP as well.
right,
So when they go out for mail order and they can get a better business from Wegmans than they can from, who do we have before? First we had Walmart
Right.
and that ended up being, it was like Costco, and then it kind of was a little bit of a debacle, but unfortunately the county got the bad part of that because we had just switched over to
Yeah,
them.
had
So
to
here
switch
we're
again.
moving into them as a PBM and then we end up with, not such a smooth transition. So I think everyone involved felt very, very confident making the recommendation that we stay with CDPHP. We have a really good working program with them, and that we try to stay with them, to look and have them assist the county in trying to battle and come up with programs and ways around for us to try to take a look at specialty drugs and all of these other high costs that we just keep getting faced with. And this isn't a county thing, this is an everybody thing.
sure.
Healthcare's
big thing.
insane, yeah.
Okay, so, thank you.
No, no
Anybody have
problem
any
at all.
more
Thank you.
questions?
No, I thank Michael for all the work.
Yeah,
on
thank
all of
you.
that, and I'll
It
make
was
a
a
motion
great
to
group,
move
it
both
was
those
wonderful,
resolutions.
and everybody involved,
Good.
it was.
So we have resolution number 42, and,
I made a motion to move both.
okay, we have a motion, we have a second?
Thank you very much.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. And then we have resolution number 43.
Yeah, he did that one too.
Okay, so, and a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Okay. How's sales tax doing, TJ?
It's leveled off,
Okay.
price of gas has dropped.
Mhm.
I thought we'd get a bump because of New York State sales tax on short-term rentals. And so I have a feeling, I don't know, I don't have any facts, Jim doesn't either, but I think one is kind of offsetting the other, so we've kind of leveled off.
Okay.
I have a question, PJ, while we're on that, Jim, sorry.
Oh, man.
The short-term rentals, the registrations, how's that going?
It's going good. We've got we're up to about 350, 375 out of 600 or something.
Okay.
So we just sent out the second letter that will be received by those that have not registered yet. So we're getting tons of emails and tons of phone calls.
There was a little glitch in it, right, for a minute?
In the
Someone
beginning
said,
of June, we had
Yeah.
a glitch in
And
the
that's
system, and then they
all good.
re-registered at the end of June.
okay.
And then so we've sent the second letter out now for those that didn't register.
And will you be sending that to us, our towns, like who
Your
registered?
town code enforcement officer receives that.
They have been getting them all along?
Yes.
Okay,
We're
good.
sending them.
Got it.
Yeah, no, I've been seeing some, certain things go through, but
No, I-
it's still tough getting them, to get them all registered. We're
And they have to
looking
pay
at
their
that.
first sales tax this month.
September
Occupancy
20th.
tax. Yeah, this
September
September, I meant, when
Yeah.
I say this month.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes.
Did you talk to PJ about the one person?
Yeah, I did, the one in,
Yeah.
Tupana, right? I think that was.
Yeah, we got it.
Okay,
There's a lot of people, a lot of people are like, I don't do this anymore. I don't do this anymore.
Right, yeah, right.
We'll see.
We've heard a lot of that too.
PJ, did you say 375 out of 600 registered just based on one letter?
Yes.
That's good. That seems, that's more than
It's a start.
50%.
Yeah. I wish it was 575.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, based on one letter going out, to have more than 50% register seems relatively high.
Unica said in their experience, that was a very good rate of response.
It's like Clover said, you gotta remember, it got a lot of advertising
Press, right, yeah.
through our board meetings and so on, so people were aware of it.
And just so everybody understands, there's still a tremendous amount of confusion out there. with Airbnb because the short-term rental people think that Airbnb is collecting the occupancy tax and
Right.
passing it on to us. Because on the receipts, it lists occupancy tax when it should in fact say New York State sales tax. So a lot of confusion out there. People don't understand it.
Well, the
I
best part
did-
of that is we just say, call the county. I don't, I have nothing to do with my town, call the county.
We need to get somebody talking
Thanks,
to us.
You're welcome. I just want you to know that that's what I'm telling them.
Just,
Just that he's got your
I've
back.
defeated those so far.
Yeah, I'm sure, I'm sure.
I had a conversation yesterday with Senator Hinchey's, one of her aides about it, and she was gonna bring that information back to the senator, but it is causing a lot of upset because of Airbnb.
Yes.
You know, not really wanting to comply with,
Not really, but also their help desk or whatever is actually telling people that, yeah, we're collecting the occupancy tax and paying it for you. So then they come to us and say, we don't know what we're talking about. So I think they fixed that has kind of slowed down from the.
So I have a question on that. If what Airbnb puts on there is sales tax, the 4% for the occupancy tax, how is that getting collected by the owner of the STR?
The occupancy,
Yeah,
that's up to them.
It's up to them.
I understand. So I'm just curious, how does that work? So somebody registers on VRBO, they rent my place, $200 for the night, $16 of that is sales tax. How do they get the 4%? When the people check in or are they?
Well, there are two thoughts to that. And again, I'm just based on the phone calls. and-
Yeah, I don't know. That's what I'm just asking.
Some people are eating it to start with.
Okay, so it's
They already
over. This is
listed it,
eating it,
They
yeah.
didn't understand.
Yeah.
And other people are trying to add it on to the people that are coming and raise their rates, but it's gonna take a little time for them.
So I'm assuming that's how they'll end up doing is raising their rates to come to 4%.
we knew that there was gonna be some
Sure,
growing
yeah.
pains when we started this.
Yeah.
They should really break it out. That would be-
I would think so.
Yeah,
I mean, even though, even if they,
you know.
but they don't want to collect it, so it would be a lot easier if VRBO just had the sales tax and then the occupancy tax and then pay the county, but they don't want to do that.
Yeah, yeah, because I had the same conversation with somebody just the other day.
All right, so.
Okay, anything else? Now I need a motion.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion is second, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you.